So when did you get back from Japan?
When did I get back? Thursday, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
So this is really kicking your ass. That's a long
Yeah,
time.
little bit. To be fair, it's not that bad. Like I've experienced much worse,
Right.
but yeah, it's like I get tired pretty early. I've been taking naps here and there, and yeah, it's taken a while.
That's good. But anyway, we're in and we're live and we're kicking some ass. So SUPERAKOUMA, what's going on, bro? How are you?
All good, mate. Just
Dying off a
just
small
got
death.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Japan, what was that like? Like we were talking in France and you said that you'd been like to Asia a couple of times before.
Yeah,
One was
yeah,
non-video game related. You just went over there.
yeah. Like my dream used to be to go to Japan. Then I went. Then my dream was to go back to Japan, and then I went back. And
Nice.
at this point, I've been 6 times.
Jesus. Let's go.
I have new dreams since then.
Yeah.
But you know,
It's not to go back a seventh time, is it?
yeah, it's not. Like I still want to go back, but that's no longer a dream. I think it's just gonna happen, right? I enjoy it very much.
Yeah, of course. So you are about the busiest Tekken player in Europe, I would argue, right? Like you fly
Arguably,
around
yeah.
more than, I mean, but I think you've kind of probably been doing it for longer, as in like kind of winning consistently for longer than most of the Europeans.
That would be true. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, some people might argue that Joker's now stronger than me, and I don't mind that. He's had better results, but I've been doing it for longer. I get to say that.
That's it. You're the old guard, like, you know.
Yeah.
But what's the worst thing about traveling? Because you do like a hell of a lot of like planes and hotels and stuff. What's the worst part, do you think, about like traveling?
It's just the fact that you don't really get to travel for pleasure, you know? Because a lot of people just assume that, oh, you get to travel to all these locations and it's great, and oh, you get to have so much fun, and it is great, but it's not the same mindset as a holiday, right?
Yeah, oh,
I'm
totally.
not. It's not that I don't enjoy myself. I'm not there to enjoy myself.
Sure. Yeah.
And just having the fact that you're there for something in the back of your mind does mess with your mindset the whole time.
Sure, totally. I think the thing, like a lot of the time, all you see is the inside of your hotel room and the venue, like, and then the short walk or Uber in between those two. So, like you say,
Exactly.
I got to go to Vegas. I didn't even get to go out to the Strip. Like, I
Yeah,
haven't seen the Strip.
I did make the effort of doing that. One of the years I was there,
Right.
I think not the first one, maybe the second time I went to Evo. But I've been making an effort since like 2019 of if I can do something that's not the tournament, to do that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Even if I'm like, oh, I'm a bit tired, I'm worried about the tournament, blah blah blah. I just go out, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do something else. And it's been doing me a lot of good, because 2018 was very hard for me,
Right.
and trying to find more enjoyment out of traveling really has changed up my mindset a lot. It's helped in me staying consistent,
Sure. Absolutely.
because it's easy to burn out when you're traveling so much, but like you're doing well, but you're not like winning the majors, so like the points aren't there.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people would think, oh, top eight's great, right? It's
Sure.
if you're trying to qualify for the world tour, and look at your points after making top eight, you will quickly notice that that's not enough points.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was quite difficult. So not taking it as seriously actually does help you do better. Just helps you not burn out.
Yeah, I can imagine if you see. I think you have such a unique perspective, because I think a lot of people that are listening to this aren't you. Like, if you understand me there, like that they're not the people that are thinking about like they're aiming for top 8 is the dream, but they're not thinking about points for the world tour, like, you know. Whereas obviously you go into this from a different point. Like,
yeah, I'm going there, like I'm going to these places to win.
right.
And and I am expected to win, right? So it's also quite different. If I win, it's not an upset. People boo me. Like, people are tired of me winning. But when I don't, then something big just happened, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's usually you're the guy to beat if you're at a European tournament. I definitely remember that time when you were the European representative, and everyone in Europe, it was the whole thing of like analyzing games. No, this is exactly how SUPERAKOUMA plays. Like, and then you play him in tournament, and you're like, wait, he adapted? Shit.
Yeah, it's the classic. Because the thing is, I would say sometimes I have a very unimpressive playstyle. Like, I don't look that good when I play, right?
Okay.
But when you play me and you realize that you're not winning, you start to understand that whatever it is that I do, it just works, right?
Hey, look, I mean,
it might not always look super clean, but I will get my wins, and as you said, I'm consistent in getting those wins.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, and what was it? You said something there that I thought was really interesting. Oh yeah, that like you're expected to win. Does that suck? Does that like totally fucking suck?
I mean, I've seen it suck for some people. I don't mind it.
No?
Like, personally, like, yeah, I'm expected to win, but then I do, so it's not that bad. But the thing is, when I don't, it's like I've been doing it long enough. I have enough L's, because like I always bring it back to Joker, because he's like the rival right now, right?
Okay.
Like, he's relatively new to being the best, right?
Right.
So when he loses, it's big because he doesn't have that many L's since he's been the best.
Right. Yeah.
He's had a couple here and there, and you know, you'll take him quite hard, as he should. But I have taken some very shitty losses in my time. It's just that, you know, after a while, you don't just get used to the wins, you get used to the losses, but just have to keep powering through.
That's it, I suppose. Marathon, not sprint, isn't that the whole thing? Like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've lost enough after being expected to win, and it sucks, but it was hard at first. Now it's whatever. I know that. Also, the fact that I get to do this as much as I do, like, because I know some people, they like save up to go to tournaments, right? And once they do, if they fuck up, they don't get another try for months, right? Yeah. If somehow I draw on impulse, I'm gonna have another tournament in a week, right?
Sure.
And I'll do good at that, and everyone will forget that I did bad.
I never thought about that. Yeah, like, I mean, you know, people are going to their big country like tournament, like, you know. So if you're French, you're going to UFA or whatever. But that's the stop on the year. Whereas like for people who are on the circuit, that is just another stop. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's just, man, if I lose, I lose. Who cares? I'll just win something else then. Whatever. It's like I said, like it was hard at first, but now it's just it's part of the job.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have a trophy cabinet now? I keep seeing
I do. It's full. I'm not even trying to flex. It's full. Like, look, on my desk, I have this trophy that Fergus brought back to me 4 years late.
Damn.
This is 2019, when I won in Greece, and I forgot it in his hotel room in Greece, and I got this back at Tekken Tour Finals 2022.
Let's go.
Which happened in 2023.
Yeah.
That's how late I got it. Right. So yeah, and that I don't have space for it. Like, I have stuff on top of the case. I have stuff like on this like TV stand I've got. Like, I don't have much space. I wish instead of like gaming chairs and headsets, they would give us
cabinets,
like IKEA shelves. Yeah. That'd be nice.
What's the worst part about winning? Is there
the worst part?
The
about
worst
winning?
part.
No. I mean, the worst part about winning as an Akuma player is doing it while playing Akuma.
Sure.
I think you know what I'm gonna get at, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a worst part about winning. Winning's great.
I mean, of course, it's what makes the
Like
losses
we,
feel so shit, isn't it?
I guess, like we were talking earlier about like the weight of expectation,
Mm.
right? And if you don't win, people don't expect you to win, so you don't really have that pressure. When you're new and like you suddenly have your big breakout, like if you lost that, you might be pissed at yourself that you didn't get your big breakout, but nobody expected you to win.
Yeah, okay.
But now if you've won once or a couple of times, now you have to win. And the problem is, not a lot of people are consistent in winning.
Mm.
And
Even consistent in placing.
throughout, yeah, like I talk about this a lot, but like there's so few people throughout Tekken 7, just in Europe, we'll say, to keep it more simple, that have actually been consistent. There's people who have been good. People have been good for like a few months, have a few good results, but like people that are actually consistent, there's so few of them, and there have been so few of them.
Yeah,
Like,
who is it?
Like I've been probably consistent the longest, but even if you take a short period of time, like Joker's someone I consider actually consistent, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot of L's in his book, and he consistently does well, right? Sephi's consistent. Occasionally he'll just have months where he keeps on losing, but he's been doing it long enough that he's consistently placing. You expect him to do well, and usually he does. He has some patches here and there, but still consistent. Kane, until he had to take his break for like, I don't know, college or whatever he went off to do. Like the early years of Tekken 7, Kane was super consistent. Like Fergus has always done it on Fergus was never super consistent, but he did it through sheer amount. Like he went off to Colombia to get points, right?
Dang,
you gotta respect that. Yeah, 2018.
Jesus.
24 hours of traveling just to get to the venue. And yeah, and he was never like super consistent. He was consistent enough, and he pushed through the losses.
Yeah,
so he was consistent. Tistramon was consistent, but then went back to Japan and went back to his job and all that. Asim was consistent and then stopped playing, but was consistent, and that's about it.
Yeah,
like, I'm probably forgetting someone, but like I can't think of many more that are actually consistent.
Yeah, who like, I mean, all of those names that you mentioned, they're obviously like big players even now, like, but I suppose you're not expecting any of those guys to win. Like, obviously Joker, but like, if Fergus comes first at a tournament, that's almost like a holy shit, nice job, dude. Like,
like he would consistently do. Like he'd win some things, but he'd when I say consistent, I mean consistent in at least top 8 consistent. You can say. Because I mean, if you're consistently doing top 32, like I guess you're consistent. Like I'm sorry to say, no one cares yet. One day you'll get good, but that's not enough.
I like that. Nobody cares yet. Like keep working and
that's one thing I always say, because some people always go, you act like you're better than us, blah blah blah, whatever. I've heard that a lot, even though people I've not cared about, right? But I just say, like, I don't like you're shit now. I don't say you will always be shit. Just put in the work. Like, I am not saying that you will never amount to anything. I'm not pushing you down. I'm just not caring now because I don't have to, right? I had a big problem with that at my local, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Like some guy actually, like I crushed his spirit when I said this, because he said, "Oh, you think you're better than us?" And I looked him dead in the eye and I said, "But I am better than you. How can you think I'm not? What's wrong with you? You've been here for a year. Like, it's fine that I'm better than you. I've been here for 10. Like, there's no problem with not being good enough yet. You're improving. It takes time.
I mean,
you will get there.
You see, I think if you started with that, he might still be your friend. You know, if you said you
No,
will
fuck
get
that
there.
guy. No, genuinely, he's a horrible person. Like that, it's not because of that, but like he's a horrible person
Oh,
for
okay.
many
All
other
right. Well,
reasons.
then it's okay.
Right?
Then it's fine. Fuck
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
fuck that guy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of forget what I was saying, but yeah, consistency is that's what I value most, right? If you win that one tournament, good for you, but I want consistency.
Sure. Yeah.
And actually, shout outs to Kira because everyone always underrates him, but he's consistent. Like he doesn't have any big wins, but he's consistently placing high. Always does well. Always.
Yeah. I never thought about that. Yeah. He did
That's
okay in
that
Japan
is one
as well,
guy.
didn't he? I think he was top 64 or something.
No, better than that.
Yeah.
Like even I didn't do well, and I got like 48.
Right.
Fucking Khan, then Atif in losers. Like why? Why is Atif in losers? And why is he right after Khan? Yeah, well, it happens. No, I think he did better than that. Like none of the EU guys got top 8. We got some better placings than 33rd, I think. I'll have to check.
Yeah, I can't remember. There's so many tournaments on now, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's starting up to be very fast. Like this Tekken World Tour, it's as packed as the other World Tours, but it's shorter and it's condensed.
Yeah.
So like even I'm looking at my calendar going, oh shit, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to see if I can skip some of them. I'm like, if I get a big result at a master event, I might skip some of the other masters.
Yeah. Do that
since you can only like have your best performance at one master event. Like that's how it stacks this year. It's one master, 3 challenges, 4 dojos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So since you can only have one master, like if I do like top 3 at the mix up, I might not bother with like CEO, combo breaker, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
Just because there's so much to do.
Yeah, those are difficult tournaments as well. I'd imagine for a player. I mean, for a commentator, anytime
NA tournaments, man, it's fine. Nah. I say that I got fucking smashed at CB last time. But CEO, I did good though.
How often do you practice? Do you practice? Like, do you?
I don't practice.
At all.
I don't practice.
No.
See, like the problem is, I hate online with a passion. I hate it. I think hate is not a strong enough word for how much I dislike it. Right? I'm very sensitive to the slight inconsistencies because like I mind the lag, but it's not. But I can adjust to lag. Right? When it's like PS4 and like it overheats and there's a bad screen and whatever, like it's slow. You can adapt to slow.
Right.
You can't adapt to just jumps.
Right. The jittery sort of shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And that it's extremely frustrating. I'm very sensitive to it, and I genuinely think I've got like PTSD from it. Like because I like my patience for it has diminished so much. Like even if I take a long break, I will get pissed at it so quickly, and I didn't used to.
Right.
I genuinely think I have a form of PTSD. Like not. Obviously not as serious as someone who actually has that, but I think I do have that because I've lost some big things due to online, right? I distinctly remember, for example, I lost to Doug from Paris once. He's very much capable of beating me, but I had the winning punish, and there was a jump when I had to punish, and I lost several thousand euros to that match, right?
Yeah, when you put it like that, I've lost it's kind of shitty.
Because and the thing is, ranked is just. Like, cause when I stream ranked mostly, and I do like 4 hours straight.
Right.
And it's 4 hours straight to frustration. Like even winning doesn't feel good, right? It's just frustration.
I mean,
but I don't like it. Yeah. So, the thing is, offline, I used to have a very active community, but the community very much died down a few years ago. We're starting up again, actually, recently. So I get some offline practice now. But it's just started. I've been to like 2 sessions, right?
Nice.
Since it started. Like, it's that recent, right?
Right. Yeah, brand new.
Yeah, so my offline practice has kind of been that. But the thing is, like I said, I travel so much. I get my practice at the events.
Right. I never thought about
And-
that. Yeah.
Because, like, you know, I'll play some casuals with other top players and whatnot, and, you know, get some practice there. But the thing is, again, like, I don't mind losing a tournament. What I will learn from that, I can take into the next event. Like I said, I'm in this for the long game, right?
Yeah.
So if I don't do well at the tournament, but I understand why I lost, and sometimes I get outplayed, sometimes I make my own mistakes, whatever. I can't take that, and if anything, doing it in tournament will create a stronger memory of what happened, right?
Yeah.
There's things that I do that I distinctly remember the tournament moment where that's why I don't do this anymore.
Right.
Or that's why I do this.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened, and that's what either got me such a big win last time, taking that risk that seems so crazy, or, you know, sometimes you just go out, don't take that risk, because last time that's what lost me the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what got me out of the tournament.
There is somebody in your background. I just want to make sure that that's okay to
Yeah. That's Vicky. She did the overlay for this, so
absolutely.
she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout outs to Vicky, man.
Yeah.
Helping me out. It's really weird because I obviously want to say her like Instagram name, and it's in all of the descriptions. But every time I think about it, it's Don Quixote. That's who helped make the thing. Her Twitter name, because we talked mostly through Twitter.
Because it's not Don Quixote. It's the thing is, it's Chiote. It's Chiot, which means toilet, right?
Oh.
So it's a play on words from Don Quixote and toilet. That's what it is.
Right.
Yes, it's a very silly name.
But shout outs. Look at these lovely overlays. Yeah. They're lovely. And this is actually a custom fuzzy guard font down there as well. Shout outs.
Yes.
But yeah. That's fun. You were talking in France that you think you might want to start up your own podcast.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Podcast. I was thinking of doing my own. The thing is, I want to create more Tekken content that doesn't involve me playing ranked, right? I like talking about the game. I like talking about what I do. I like talking about like actual in-game stuff. And I like discussing current events, blah, blah.
Right.
I like talking about it. It's just streaming is a good way to do it, but streaming ranked, I feel, is not the best way to actually interact and say what I have to say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm mostly just complaining about the things that are going on, or kind of like narrating the match, right? It's only really when I get someone who asks me a good question where I can like go in depth in it, that I really feel that I'm doing something.
Yeah. It's actually really funny because I remember like when I started like coming up and going to like bigger events, and I would have met you a couple of times, but I knew who you were before I was going, because you were kind of the top dog when I was just starting. So it was always like that EUNA question. It was like, yeah, well, SUPERAKOUMA, shut up, like, you know. But I remember people telling me that you were like this kind of cocky super asshole type character or whatever, and then I actually met you and we talked, and it was like, but you're not like that at all. Like, you know, like obviously you're very confident in what you do, but you've the numbers to back it up. But like the point I'm trying to get at here is you're one of the main reasons why this podcast exists, because I was like, the idea of humanizing people and taking away that sort of what your friend said about someone, like, you know, which
I appreciate it.
No, but you know, because I've always enjoyed having chats with you and stuff, and it was just so funny to then continue to hear, oh yeah, he's a fucking dickhead just because he uses this character, and I'm like, Christ, guys, just talk to him, say hey, like, you know, you find out that he isn't actually a wanker.
Yeah, because the thing is, right, since I'm doing well and I play the arsehole character, right, I'm always painted as the heel.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, it's like wrestling, right? I'm the heel. People root against me, and rooting against me makes for a better tournament. As much as people fucking hate having me win ICFCs all the time, if if I wasn't there, people winning the ICFC against me would not be as hype, right? Beating me makes for a better story, and if anything, I like that. It's fun.
100%.
But for it to be as effective, I need to win as much as I do, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I play into it. I don't mind it. I like the wrestling side of things.
Sure,
right?
sure.
Like for me, it's like it's really fun to just push it.
Just be that asshole.
The thing is,
yeah.
like the thing is, if you want me to be, basically, I have this attitude. But if you want me to be an asshole, I'll just be an asshole. Like if you're willing to hear me out, you'll find out that I am not.
Yeah.
But I don't have the time to go, no, wait, guys, I'm actually not an asshole. Just listen to me. No, I don't care. If you want me to be an asshole, I'll be an asshole.
Yeah.
I have enough people that know who I am. I have enough friends, right? Like, I don't need to make efforts into making people like me. Some people already like me, and I'm very thankful for that. But I'm not gonna force it, right?
Sure. Yeah,
I'll just play into the character.
That's what I love, because I always say that about like the wrestling analogy, that you are the bad guy, like, you know, like and you have this, like you said, the story. You're the boss villain, like you're the last boss that the hero has to, you know, and it only makes the wins better for the hero if he's lost a couple of times along the way and stuff.
Exactly. It's not, sure, sometimes I'm like, you know, I like being the hero, because even in my position, it's simple. If it's out of EU, I become the hero again.
Exactly.
And you know, it's very fun, but I don't, for me, it's not a problem that's not always the case, right?
Yeah.
So I have some people like coming up to me going, oh, I'm sorry I didn't root for you. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm a big fan, but I've got to root for my boy. And I'm like, of course, please do. If anything, it'd be weird if you didn't.
Yeah.
Like if I'm fighting Sephi Black and you're German, root for Sephi Black. Like, of course. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to apologize for that.
Yeah, I think I like the people that apologize for it. What I don't like is people that like the online fucking bollocks, and then they come up and tell you that was them. Like, or that they know somebody, and it's like, hey, I remember that fucking guy that said that shit. That was actually my mate. And you're like, well, he's a dickhead. I'm just assuming that because you guys are mates, or are you? But
I don't get too much of that.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's the commentator thing about people think that like they can just fucking chat. And I love to chat to people, but like, let's start off.
Like, the thing is, if someone really doesn't like me, most of the time they're just not gonna come see me.
Of course.
Which is the normal response, which, you know, some people can't do that and can't be normal, but most of the time that's just how it goes.
Yep. I think about 60% of the FGC are fucking very, very strange humans, man.
The thing is, I don't think that's really an FGC thing.
Really?
The thing is, for me, I think that's in normal everyday life. There's fucking weirdos everywhere. The thing is, you don't have to interact with all these weirdos. Right. The fact that we're a community, you just happen to have to talk to these people because you're in the same room doing the same thing.
Sure. I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
Listen, maybe we are a concentration of weirdos, but I think there's weirdos everywhere. Listen, when I open Twitter and I see non-FGC related things, I see fucking weirdos as well.
Fair.
It's just, and I don't think it's an FGC issue, right?
Right.
It's just that you're forced to interact with it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I suppose. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I never thought about it like that. Maybe the rest of humanity is just fucking weird, and
yeah, it's just there's lots of weirdos everywhere. That's just how it is.
Well, that's an intro. I'm gonna start like striking up conversations in bars, like find out who the real weirdos are. Like, you know.
Yeah. Also, the thing is, when you're in like, let's say, social situations that aren't FGC, right? You're not necessarily in a place where people are comfortable, right? So they will try to act normal,
right?
But the thing is, the FGC is supposed to be the safe space for, it's your hobby. It's oh, I'm meeting other like-minded people, even if they're really not like-minded.
Yeah, yeah.
And the weirdos will go, oh, I'm entitled to be weird here, and that should be normal. Some people are like antagonists, and like it's not just being weird; they're being, like I said, antagonistic. Some people are just weird, which honestly, if you're just weird but you're not like attacking anyone, I think that's fine. Be weird, right?
Yeah.
You can be weird. I'll just, you know, I'll humor you, right? But if you're out there like attacking other groups within the community, that I don't like.
No, that
I will call out.
That's right? Fucking bollocks. But that's bollocks in any circle of life. Like that's just fucking online bullying, like, you know. And it just takes a bigger fucking bully to shut you up a little bit, like, or somebody with more followers, like, hey, shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
you got to get a ratio though every now and then, you know. That's how it is.
Shout outs to Chicken Chakra, man. That guy is definitely the bravest man I know. He's
the best one. Oh man, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. Dean, shout outs, man. I don't know. So what do you do outside of playing Tekken? If you don't play Tekken every day, like, you know, you're not one of those no-lifers.
I am really not. No. I'm like I said, I get most of my practice just at work for me, right?
Sure.
Like I'll give an example. I was just in Korea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I went to, you know, visit Korea because I'm not there every day. The Germans went to visit the PC bungs so they could play Tekken every single day for 7 hours. And, you know, good for them. I know they had a good time, so I'm happy for them. But I don't want to do that, right? That's not me.
Of course. I'd love to go to Korea or Japan, hopefully both, and actually get to see it, because it's like, it's an odd culture to me. Like, that they have everybody so polite, and, you know,
it's a nice place. You feel good when you're there.
Yeah.
Now
I'm gonna have to book in a show. Damn it.
So hopefully you'll get to, you know, maybe Evo Japan commentary or something like that.
Hopefully we'll see. I didn't recognize a lot of the English speaking commentators, and I was wondering why, like, Markman was there and wasn't on the commentary team. I was like, that seems a little bit strange. Idea. Yeah, I also don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what do you do outside of Tekken?
Yeah, that was the original question. Yeah. I don't know. I guess just I like card games. I play a lot of card games. I like to play a lot of other like video games just every now and then.
Right. Do you stream Hearthstone, stuff, don't you? Is it
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh, sorry. Yeah. And do you ever think about competing in that? Like doing that?
I do occasionally at my local.
Oh yeah?
Not nearly as much as I want to, but it wasn't easy for me when I started because I was very far away from the shop. Now that I moved, it's actually very easy for me, but now I just don't bother because it's so easy. I can go anytime, so I don't. You know how that goes.
Yeah. And
but yeah, I enjoy it. It's just I wouldn't want to compete in it like super heavily. I like going to the local. I wanted to go to like a major that was like close. There was one in Lyon, but it got sold out by the time I decided to go.
Damn.
And but I wouldn't want to like actually compete in it because it's just too expensive, and there's no like real reward for it. Like Tekken, like it's too much investment for little money, but once you get into the money, you actually get money. Yu-Gi-Oh, they just give you packs. You can sell the cards, and if you got good cards, you get to, you know, make some money. But
so tournament winnings are packs.
Tournament winnings is just a bunch of packs. You just get a fuckload of packs. Some packs you can only get at tournaments, and like the cards in there cost a lot.
Right.
If you don't get anything, you just don't get anything.
Is that the thing? Like, I think I heard that it was Pokemon or Nintendo or something don't like giving out cash prizes, so they do.
Nintendo don't like doing anything. So.
But poor yeah, Smash players, man. Like, you know, like the actual top guys, like, that are just like, we really want this world tour like to happen. Like, we would love to compete more. You know.
Yeah, but there was a lot of fucked up things that happened there between like the Panda Global stuff. I don't know if you were like following it.
Yep.
Let's not get into it because like neither of us have actually got the details, so let's not just talk shit.
Fair.
But yeah, when it comes to like card games, the good thing though is there's a lot more. I feel like there's a lot more content to be done. It's a lot easier making content for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right.
Because there's just like there's more than 10,000 cards. There's so many things to talk about. Just you can rehash what other people have said. But like you can talk about stuff. You can make fun decks just by adding and doing something, playing with other people and like different levels. There's different tiers. Like if I play a lower tier character in Tekken, it's still the same thing, right? If I play a lower tier deck in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's a different game, right?
Okay.
Or you can change the rules.
Right.
That's why Golden Letters is such a sick event, because that's the only time we ever get to change the rules when it comes to Tekken. And we're actually doing something that's slightly different. But when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a million ways to change the rule.
Right.
And I follow a bunch of series that go over that. And there's like deck profiles you can do, which is how you play a certain deck, which you could say for Tekken, go, oh, how I play this character. But like getting into specifics of how you do something and why other people's don't do the same thing, I feel like it's not as good when it comes to Tekken. There is content to be done for Tekken, but just I feel like there's less.
Yeah.
And the thing is, most people don't bother with actual good Tekken content. There's some good Tekken content, you know, like Arya Blasted Salami. We got the Fuzzy God podcast, of course.
What's up? I tried to steer it as far away from Tekken as I can, though. I like
well, today's the Tekken part.
Yeah.
Like shout outs to like Tendo, people like that. But when it comes to Tekken content, it's mostly the same shit all the time.
Character guides, tier list, dude. Why
character
the fuck,
guides,
dude?
tier lists, reactions.
I hate tier lists so much, dude. Like
I like doing them, but
I think they're almost like rage bait. Like, you know, that like, hey, why did you put my character in B? It should be an A. Everyone knows it's an A.
And the thing is, it's either you have and the thing is with tier list, it's either you have a completely wild take, or you have the same take as everybody else.
Yep.
And it's either your wild take is ignored because everyone's just gonna ignore it until someone makes a result with that character, and everyone goes, "Yeah, I've been saying this the whole time," right? It's the same fucking thing as everyone else, right?
Yep. Unfortunately, like any of the tier lists that people are seeing are probably from top players who are used to playing against these people at the highest level. Like, you know what I want to see? Tekken Bowl tier list. Show me that, man. Show me that. Obviously, what we got? Jack.
Gigas has a it's hard to steer, but if you steer right, it's guaranteed strike.
See, already that's a much more interesting tier list than Zafina has a bigger backdash, dude.
You know, Zafina has a bigger backdash, and she can beat this and that character.
Yes.
You know, this character has a great matchup spread, and that one doesn't. And did you know the Electric Wind Godfist is kind of busted in this game? Like, did you know that Fang just has everything? And Marduk has a tackle. Like, we know. Yes, we know. One person made a video on it, and that was fine. 2 people, that's still okay. But every single person who makes videos is too many.
Yep, absolutely.
And I contribute to this, so I can't be too mad. But it's because it's one of the only fresh things you can do as a fighting game content creator right now, at least.
Sure,
I feel.
Yeah,
because there's not much to do than play the game. Like, unless you have really good editing skills and you can do like trolling content or whatever. Like, man, right. There's a really good channel I found recently. It's, like, that does good content. You need to be an actual fucking good editor to do that. Yeah. So there's like 4 people that do videos that are actually like that.
Yeah, what was the one that I not synchronized, choreographed Tekken matches? Have you seen any of those?
That's pretty cool. But for me, that got old very quickly.
Sure, because
I've been seeing them since fucking Tekken 6.
Oh,
right?
Okay, all right, yeah. You see, I haven't.
But
so
I've seen too many of them. Like, they're cool, but I've seen too many of them.
Sure. Yeah, I suppose what's like unique content for fighting game that's 7 years old is
Yeah.
it's hard to do.
And there is more that can be done than what we're doing. That is, I think, a very important thing that people might not be seeing. There's more to be done than what we're doing, but until Tekken 8 comes out, I'm not doing any of it. I cannot be asked.
Yeah,
I cannot be asked.
it's at the,
Because people say, "Oh, can you do an
don't
Armor
know.
King guide like you did the Akuma guide?" I'm like, I can, but I'm not going to. Like, it's so much work for so little rewards.
yeah,
Like, when Tekken 8 comes out, I want to do a lot more content.
right.
Like it still won't be anything probably groundbreaking, but I will try to put out much more than I did in Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, Tekken 7, what I did is, I'm a top player, I need a platform, I made a YouTube channel, right? And I uploaded some stuff. Some stuff I actually put some effort in, a lot of stuff I didn't, but it's part of the job, right?
Sure.
But for Tekken 8, I actually want to try, right? I want to actually put some time in there.
Yeah.
Because the few times I've enjoyed it. It's just I know that Tekken 8, there's a chance that I will actually feel rewarded for it.
Mm.
Whereas the content I've poured my heart into Tekken 7, the people who watched it really enjoyed it, but that's not a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of marketing, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same with podcasts and stuff. Like, you know, you just have to, I suppose, keep hammering at the wall, and hopefully one day it'll just break through or that.
Definitely, but it's a thing of like reward versus time put in, right? Am I willing to put in that much work for that much reward? And the answer for Tekken 7 YouTube is not really, no.
Yeah,
I can't be asked, right? It's not worth it. If I did the same video when Tekken 8 comes out, it'll do 10 to 20 times as well.
Yeah.
Right? And I know that putting in work right now will help the work I do later, but it's not worth the time I would put in. I would much rather focus on, you know, just being happy in general. Like, spending time with my girlfriend, spending time with friends, or maybe even like practice Tekken. Why not practice? that would yield more than just me spending 3 days, 4 days on a video, filming everything. Like thinking of everything, filming everything, and editing everything.
Yeah, about 3 days.
And then getting a couple thousand views for it.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, how much, if you worked in a bar, how much money would you get for 3 days work? You know.
Yeah, when I could just like enter an online tournament and make, and I'll make more money just winning something like that.
Yeah.
Than I would by making this video that took so much more effort.
Yeah.
And then there's a reason I don't enter all the online tournaments, because I fucking hate online. so now it comes to the not time invested, because I don't think that's too much time to ask of me. It's just am I actually willing to do it? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Listen, I will say, listen, Fergus won his Evo trip and then didn't take it, right? His Evo Japan trip.
Really?
He didn't have to fight me. He didn't have to fight Joker. He didn't have to fight so many people that, maybe he would have beat. Like, he's capable of beating all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, we cannot be asked to do these tournaments. We don't want to. They are not a fun time. Fergus he's a fighter. He will do the dirty work. He will do the tournaments that we don't want to do. They're not easy they're not easy tournaments. They're not easy tournaments. Not just because of the conditions, but like mentally they are so taxing.
Really?
I could not do what he does, bro. The ESL tournaments, you're fighting on 4-bar Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
bro. Like FDX did one of them. He had, there's now a delay frames indicator. 12 frames of lag. Grand finals. That was grand finals. Like, usually grand finals in Europe, or like top 8, you'll find mostly people that we're used to fighting, and the connections, like, it's Tekken 7 online, but they're not terrible, right? You can adjust.
Sure.
But like, my man FDX was on 12 frames of lag.
Jesus Christ. We did, there was it was back when there was the Tekken Online Challenge. There was the TWT, but the online version, and we did the Middle East or something. I can't remember what the name of the region was, but the grand finals were Pakistan versus India.
Oh yeah, that was one bad.
Yeah, and like, oh no,
they can't connect to each other.
Yeah, they can't directly. There's no internet line direct from India to Pakistan. But they had to do grand finals for a Bandai Namco stream off. Like, it wasn't streamed. Like, we just ended it after losers final or something, and it was like, okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Just because of that, like.
But yeah, like all I was saying is, like, it's a lot of mental effort to do these. Like, it's not just, oh, you need to actually be good or whatever, because obviously, right? I don't need to say that. But it's just, I don't want to do these tournaments. They are hell. Like, I did ICFC because it was like all the good players were doing ICFC.
Yeah.
So it's good practice.
Yeah.
Then I stopped because, again, hate online. I'll say it a lot. And then they were like, oh, the Tekken World Tour, the way to get points is you play ICFC. And that's the best way to get points. And I was like, I have to play an ICFC again. And I started doing it. But if it wasn't for the fact that I was getting official points, I would have kept, because I was commentating it in French at one point.
Really? Yeah?
I actually that was the official French restreamer for them. Like, I was working with 10-0.
Nice.
And then it was part of the World Tour, and I had to call them and say, I can't keep commentating. Like, there aren't any other dojos to actually get points in. I need to play. Like, I don't want to, but I have to. And that's why I started doing ICFC again.
Right.
But yeah.
Dude.
There's a lot of other tournaments that I could enter that, I wouldn't say, it's not like I would win every week. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't want to do them.
Sure. Yeah. You see, I suppose that the way I would play Tekken and the way you play Tekken are probably two completely different games. Like, if I hear about 12 frames of lag, I'm like, that sounds shit. But, I'll probably still play it. Like, it's a bit of fun. Like, whereas you're probably being like, that's unplayable. Like,
Listen, this game stopped being fun a long time ago.
Damn, dude. Oh man, that kind of broke my heart a little bit. What?
No, I'm exaggerating. I'm exaggerating.
Of course.
Like, I'll play like on a pad with friends on a big TV, whatever. But it's just it's not the same game. I'm not playing the same game.
Right. Yeah.
Like, like when if I'm trying to seriously play the game, like tournament level, and actually like compete at a level that I would be proud of, I cannot play under those conditions. And for me, it's not the same. And the thing is, there's a reason also that I have this thing where I'm not as good in casuals. Like, some players, like, they get tournament pressure and they're worse because of the pressure. The pressure makes me better. I play so much better in tournament.
Yeah.
Like, I've had players like streak me in casuals and go, this guy's shit. I meet him in tournament and it's not close, right? And you can ask so many people that play me. Like, it's not like I'm bad in casuals, but I'm so much worse.
Right.
Because for me, it's not the same game. Like, for me, I play Tekken in a very like, I try to focus on like the mental, right? I try to focus on emotions and trying to pick up on my opponent's thinking.
Right.
The thing is, if he doesn't have pressure and he's just kind of doing things, he's not thinking the same thing. And I'm not really good at figuring out what someone who doesn't care is thinking about.
Right, okay.
But when your whole life is on the line, I'm very good at telling whether you're gonna duck or not.
Yeah. Wow, Jesus, I never thought about that. Fuck.
It just changes the whole dynamic. Like, it's a completely different game. Like, having that adrenaline changes how they play and how you play. And it's completely different. And in casuals, I just don't get that.
I suppose. They say that the best tournament players are the guys who have lost more tournaments than you've ever entered. Like, dude, like, is that where that comes from? That sort of, you understand a different part of the game, like that high stakes grand final situation or whatever, a loser's bracket, last pixel sort of shit, that you've been there so much that you understand.
I think it helps. I don't, because the thing is, I was always good at that before I really got used to tournaments.
Right.
Like, of course, I wasn't. It took me a while to start winning stuff. Like, even in Tag 2, which, you know, I was winning stuff in Tag 2, just not like majors, because there weren't any.
Right.
There weren't any majors. But when I was doing well, even back then, like, it took me a while. I wasn't like some prodigy who just, I can just read minds, right?
Mm.
But I was always pretty good at figuring that out. Then I needed to actually improve at the game.
Yeah.
And now that I've improved at the game, that ability to read minds is a lot. I can put it into effect much better. I can profit off of it much better.
Sure, of course.
But that's like the thing is, they say there's like three different things you can be good at, and like one of them is execution. The other one is awareness, and the other one is like mind games, right?
Right.
And I've always been very good at mind games, I think.
Yeah.
My execution when it comes to, like, it's not execution in terms of, can you do the hard combos, right? It's execution in terms of like really doing the right things and fundamentals and being very solid in what you do. I've always been a bit shaky on that, right? Like, my execution's fine when it comes to doing the hard stuff, but that's not it. And what was the third one? I forgot.
It was mind games, execution, and awareness.
Oh, awareness. I'm very good at awareness now. That's what you were talking about, experience, right?
Yeah.
That's the one I built up.
Right.
I was always good at the mind games, but I wasn't, like, some situations I didn't know, right? So I couldn't really read for them because I never experienced them.
Yeah.
But now that I've been in so many tournaments and played so much, now my awareness is very good.
Yeah.
That's why, for example, everyone's favorite Yoshi player, iMusician, he's very good at putting you in situations you've never been in.
Yeah.
And you're not used to them. But like, I've played enough that he does not confuse me too much. And we have very good sets because we're both like teleporting across the screen, jumping over each other. Me against iMusician is one of the sickest sets you can watch, right?
I'm gonna have to check that out now.
But like, I don't lose to him confusing me and me being unaware of what's going on.
Yeah.
I very quickly catch on to what he's trying to do. You know, sometimes I'll get hit, but I'm not unaware of what's going on.
Right. Yeah,
it's hard to confuse me.
That's interesting. I like that.
That's the one I built up with experience.
Right. Yeah, being a commentator, you learn stuff about the game that, like, it's way beyond my skill level at the actual game. That I'm like, oh yeah, the third hit of that string is a fucking high. It's like, how would you possibly know the 10 string for Akuma? Like, and the third hit is a high. I'm like, I saw it in a tournament one time. Like, you know, you get that weird. So I have all of the awareness and none of the execution or mind games. So
yeah, you got to be able to actually do what you want.
Yeah,
like, basically know what's going on, be able to predict what goes on, and the ability to do what you actually want to do. That's like the three things.
Damn. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get better at Tekken, hit those three things up, like, you know.
Yeah, that's the three, like, very philosophical and theoretical things.
Right.
Like the three things you can't actually practice, basically. Yeah. There is another set of three things that you can practice.
Okay.
But you know, let's just get on Metafy, I guess.
Oh damn, here we go.
Hey, there we go. Had to.
Oh, that's good, man.
Hey guys, this is Drift. Thanks for listening to this episode of Fuzzy Guard. If you haven't already, subscribe to our social media channels and you'll never miss a shot with Sam. Don't forget to hit that like button or give us 5 stars and share your thoughts in that comment section below.
Yeah, what was it? Oh, I had a thing. Genuine question. Are you worried about Tekken 8? So you've had the game transition. So you were playing 6 and Tag 2. So you know what that felt like. And then, but your success now in 7, are you a little bit worried about the what if 8 isn't your game?
Of course. I think every top player is worried about that as well.
Sure.
Sure, me more than others, understandably. But the thing is, the people who think that I'm, like, people like throw McDonald's applications at me, but I don't think they understand really my goals, right?
Right.
Because I am not trying to be like Nee, right? I'm a big fan of Nee, but I'm not trying to be like him.
Well,
my dream is not to be the world champion and to win Evo. If I
Okay.
can do that, I would be over the moon. And of course, I work as if that's my goal.
Yeah, yeah.
But my goal ultimately is just to be able to live prosperously thanks to this game, which I am doing right now.
Fair.
And you do not have to be good at the game to do that.
Well,
I have built a fan base and a platform thanks to 7 that I can keep providing for Tekken 8 that will keep providing for me.
right.
Right.
Even if
That's
you
why I want to
don't-
do more content and stuff, for example.
Yeah.
Like, I will try to be good at Tekken 8, right?
Yeah.
But I want to be able to live from this game. And I have become you could say, an influencer.
Sure.
And my influence will not stop because I'm suddenly bad at the game. I could name a few influencers that are not good at the game that were good at the game at one point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's not what it's about. I've done commentary. I've been offered commentary at some events, right? And maybe I'll do more of that in Tekken 8. Maybe I'll stream more because the game won't make me want to jump out a window, right? For example. Like, there's loads I could do because I just want to be able to live playing this game, which I'm
Sure.
doing right now, right? And I can keep doing that without being as good
Yeah, yeah.
because of the work I've put in being this good, right? If it wasn't for what I've done in 7, then 8 might not be my game, right? I wouldn't have been able to make it if I started in 8, right?
Okay.
But I didn't. It turns out I've managed to build myself up in 7, and all the work I've done will not go to waste.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I never
yeah,
thought about it.
That's what I'm trying to do. I just want to live happily playing this game.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing right now. And I believe that I don't need to keep winning to do that. But I'm going to keep trying.
Sure, that's fair. That's a really good point about your goals. Like that it's not your goal is to stay afloat rather than rise to
like
the top.
if I can be more like Kayane, right?
Mm.
That I want to be someone like that. I don't want to be Ni. I want to be like Genius or Kayane, right?
Right.
I want to be someone who is a big figure in the community, and I will try to be a good example and all that, and get to work within the confines of our community in the game.
Yeah.
And that's how I want to make my living. I don't want to do it winning tournaments. I want something that's a lot more stable.
Sure, sure. Have you thought about something like maybe like going in for an esports team or something? Maybe a little bit more of an admin esports role than face sort of stuff. Like, I mean, because I'd imagine you as like a team manager or head of esports for an org or something would be an interesting thing for you.
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I don't know how I would get into that. But maybe, that's an option.
Yeah. We've talked on this podcast a lot about esports orgs and stuff, and like I think now after the org apocalypse that's just happened, that every org is kind of crashing down except for FGC.
Yeah.
For some reason, the guys, because I suppose it's maybe not the most profitable thing to get into now, but orgs seem like FGC orgs seem like the future now, like for esports.
Yeah, because the thing is, we haven't really had that I would say spoiled kind of esports. We haven't really had money thrown at us.
Yeah.
We've just kind of stayed afloat.
Yeah.
And like every time I go to like events that have been organized by companies that normally do like COD events, league events, and whatever, they always tell us, wow, you're so easy to work with. You're so nice. You're not demanding of anything. Because they're fucking princesses, right? They just expect the world to be given to them. And like, I will say, I am very lucky to be in my position, but I know that.
Right.
And I act like I am lucky to be here. But apparently they don't. Because they just get money thrown at them.
Well,
right?
I mean, if you tell us 16-year-olds that he's the best in the world at anything, and
yeah, tell a 16-year-old he's the best in the world, and then pay him 10K a month to just, make buildings very fast in Fortnite. Like, sure, I can understand it would probably get to your head.
Of course, man. It's the same thing that happened with child actors and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They don't have to develop an adult personality or whatever.
Yeah, but I feel like with fighting games, different because we've been around for so long, the FGC, that you do have to fight your way up. You have to earn it a lot more, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, just because there's been so many people before you. You're not fighting your contemporaries. You're not just fighting your contemporaries. You're also fighting people that have been here since the start, right?
The legacy boys, yeah.
You weren't born and they were doing this, right? Whereas when you're trying to make it big in like let's say Fortnite again.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that old. Like, the people that you're fighting against, the people that are doing the same thing you are, they probably didn't start much earlier than you.
Yeah.
The ecosystem is still very new, right? Nothing is really established. There's no pillars of anything. As like in the FGC, you have people like fucking Ryan Hart, right? Like, just you gotta remember that these guys built it and they're still here.
Yeah.
Like, they were doing things that you can not even comprehend. They're so different to how things are done now.
Yeah.
But you still get taught all of that, I feel. And we have like good values,
Yeah, I do agree. I think that there's a lot of maybe it's a double-edged sword or something, that some of these older guys, like what you're saying, these guys who built this like thing, that they sort of demand respect for what they've done, no matter what they're doing now. And like, I'll always say,
yes, the thing is, yes, some people, they've earned that respect,
mm-hmm.
but there is a lot of people that just say that they should be respected just because they've been here a while.
Yeah.
Having been here a while doesn't entitle you to that. That's why I said someone like Ryan Hart, he has earned the respect he deserves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But some people have been around just as long, but they don't deserve your respect. They're just old, right?
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, because I mean, talking to some of the guys, like, who have been the kind of big pillars of the community and that sort of stuff, and then they don't do anything for a year, 2 years, 2.5 years, 5 years, whatever, and then they come back and expect an audience, like, and you're like,
no,
I don't know.
You gotta put in the work to catch the people back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That is definitely important. But the thing is, there's some people that have been here since the start and have not taken a break. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's more the people I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, 100%. I do agree. I just think that let's not tar everybody with the same brush and say the old guys are worthy of respect.
I agree. That is not what I said.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm a big fan of disrespecting people. So don't worry about that.
I really like your Twitter, man. Like, your whole attitude, like
I tend to be very real, right?
I think you just say like one sentence, that instead of like going on a huge big tirade and 5-page long tweets or whatever, you just say one thing. Like, it's like one sentence of like, yeah, I mean, I've known Zafina has been good since season 2 or something. Everyone is like, holy shit, wait, did he just say that?
Yeah, I try to be very concise because I've written pages and pages, and usually like I'll just condense it. It takes me a while to actually hit send on a tweet. Right. I gotta be honest.
Right.
But when I get the wording just right, it tends to be much shorter, and it packs the whole punch of all these lines.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely. It's very funny. How do you find that dealing with hate? I think we talked about this like in person, but because I think you specifically, you've probably gotten a lot more than the regular top player or commentator or that.
I've definitely had more than my fair share, I would say.
Sure.
And yeah, like I've said it. I've said it a few times. It's just the hate people get for playing Akuma. I don't mind it because I'm actually doing the things they're complaining about, right? Saying, oh, it's easy wins, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, but I am winning. Like, I'd be a fucking idiot not to do it. Right? why don't you do it?
Mm-hmm.
But what makes me kind of sad in a way is all the players that, you know, want to do what I do, want to win with Akuma and just play Akuma, or even they just play for fun, but they play Akuma and they get shat on. Like, oh, you're getting carried. Carried to what? They're in blue ranks. What do you mean they're carried? At least you can say I'm carried because I'm actually at the top, right? It's fine if you believe Akuma's the only reason I'm here. I don't care, right? But imagine being called carried when you're struggling in ranked. Like, what do you mean carried? Carried to what?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that there's a lot of misplaced anger in Akuma. I think it's very easy to, as soon as you meet an Akuma in ranked, be like, oh, well, this is just a bullshit character. You should never have been in the game or whatever. And I said it from the very start that there's two types of people that do, like, if you want to do good in tournaments, you can't get by with not knowing that matchup or not knowing the steps to deal with, or even have some sort of game plan going in. And then there's the people who just give out saying it's bullshit, fucking tagging Harada in tweets and shit, like, you know.
Yeah, like the thing is, you can be pissed at it, but the thing is, he's so underplayed that I know for a fact that most people complaining about it have not experienced the things worth complaining about.
Right.
Right. That's the thing. Because like Joker, for example, fucking hates the character.
Right.
But you know what? And he wins against the character. That's even worse, right? He hates it, but he doesn't even lose. But he hates it because he knows what there is to hate.
Right. Right.
A play like Kira, like he beat me online in tournament, I think twice or 3 times, and has never beat me offline.
Right.
And you know what? He hates the character, and he's entitled to that. Of course, you would hate the character if that happened to you. But there's so many people rehashing what they've heard.
Yeah, that's
when you have not faced it. You don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard it's fucked up, but why are you that passionate about something that you have not experienced?
I mean, I agree.
Listen, I've had people tell me, oh, Akuma's so fucked up he can do this. And it's something he can't do. There's so much that's fucked up that he can do. And you managed to pick one of the things he can't do. Like, it's so jarring. Like, I can tell that you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you get to disliking the character's fine. He's a very frustrating character to fight. But they don't know what they're talking about.
Sure. I mean,
like,
so is
there's
Marduk.
So many people who do, right? That's fine. But when you don't know what you're talking about and you're saying it.
Yeah. I know. I totally understand. I mean, Twitter is not real people. I mean,
it's not fucking full of NPCs.
It totally is just quest givers, man. Fucking, you know, like if you killed them, they would drop common loot. Like, you know, like they're not like fucking bosses or anything, like, you know. But do you have like a thing to deal with hate? Like, do you have like a?
I've lived my life in a way that I've always had I've had issues with people not liking me. Like, I don't know what it is about my face, but people just don't like me.
Like,
right?
pre-Tekken, are you talking about? Or
like pre-Tekken, like they just assume that they're not gonna like me,
right?
And they don't. And I've just made my peace with that, right? I just give off some negative energy. Like, and I will say, I've had many people apologize to me, saying, "Oh, now that I actually got to speak with you, I had all these ideas about you, but you're not like that at all, and I'm sorry." They're unprompted, right? Like you didn't have to tell me that you thought I was a dickhead. You didn't have to tell me, right? I could have lived my whole life thinking that you just like me.
Yeah.
And you do now, but I didn't need to know that you didn't like me prior. But it's happened so many times. I just give off this energy that people don't like.
So you're almost used to it. Is it like
I guess I've always kind of been used to it. Like I've always had, like, I've never like struggled to have friends or whatever. I always had people close to me.
Yeah.
And you know, they're the people that count. People that don't like me, I don't care. Just live your life not liking me.
Sure.
I'll live my life not knowing you exist. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that because I think it was only recently I started getting hate, like with World Tour finals and maybe a little bit at
Yeah.
Evo and that sort of stuff. But so it was like new to me because I'd been doing it for 4 years or something
Yeah.
before I got that, and I never got it. So I just assumed, oh, I'm obviously such a nice guy that it's never going to
Yeah.
happen, and then start getting fucking, who the fuck is this guy?
The thing
Like,
is, like some people are just full of hate. There's one guy I checked. Like sometimes I check their Twitter when they send me hate,
I do it all
and
the
then I
time.
notice, and then I see, oh, all he does is hate on people.
Yeah.
Like I just like not just on me, right? On everyone. Every one of his messages is negative.
Yeah.
And he said something like horrible to me. Like really, it was just mean. He was trying to hurt my feelings. But like if you're trying to hurt my feelings, then it's not gonna work because I know what you're doing. Right?
Sure. Fair.
You're not unintentionally doing it.
Yeah. Like they
Like,
weren't critiquing your
yeah.
gameplay or something, which is like
Yeah, like you're like just like some people say, oh, you won't be shit in Tekken 8, but that like he worded it really mean.
Prick, just an asshole.
And,
like.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I hear that like every day, so I don't care. But he worded it so mean, and I checked out his Twitter, and it's like this man is full of hate.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
crazy. And what I replied to him was, listen, I hope one day you get the help you need. Listen, that's what I said. I said, listen, I wish you the best, and I wish one day you get the help you truly need.
Yeah,
because like you can tell this guy, bro, like his life must be horrible if that's all he does.
Yeah,
like genuinely.
If that's what he spends his time on Twitter doing, like.
Because he's trying to be so mean to everyone. I can't remember his username, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just one passing comment. Like all of his tweets is just
ridiculous,
shitting on people, like and so like going so deep. You can tell he's not like roasting someone. Because there's one thing like roasting someone, like it's a joke and you're kind of piling on. Right?
Sure.
A lot of people have done that. Like I said, the McDonald's application.
Yeah.
It became a meme and loads of people send it. And I just tell people, like, get your own jokes. That's all I tell them.
Fair.
Right? Just
fair.
Like, if you're gonna be funny, be funny. Like, make your own jokes.
Be original and funny, you know?
Yeah, just be original funny, right? Like when Raccoon did it, it was one of the first people to do it. It was funny, right? It was.
Yep.
But like, he is not making jokes. He is like, I can't remember the name. It's mean. It's not roast. It's not jokes. He is trying to be mean.
Yeah.
And yeah. Just I hope you get help, man.
Yeah, those people are just, I don't know. And you run into them in every walk of life. It's not just like Twitter and stuff. Do you know those people that are just fucking angry all the time and shit? And you're just like, dude, just chill out. Like, you know, like,
I remember in middle school, there's a guy, like he made a joke, right? And I made the same joke to him, and he punched me in the stomach immediately.
Jesus.
It's like, and I was just thinking to myself, like in hindsight, I just think, I guess this guy just has issues, right? But at the time, I was thinking, the fuck did I say? I literally said something you said.
Yeah, I think applying logic to that sort of internet bollocks shite, like, it doesn't work because
there's no point. It's just some people need help, and the anonymity of the internet has given too many people like a sense of you can do whatever you want. And the problem is it gets to some people. I am lucky to be built in a way that I don't care most of the time. There's a few instances where it got to me, right?
Yeah.
Because it was piling on and piling on. I'm dealing with it like all day. Right?
Yeah.
It's happened like a couple times. But most of the time, even when it's one a big period where everyone's going, oh, Akuma's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And like they're going in. Like usually I don't mind. But it's happened a couple times that it got to me. But it's just like, why are you talking to me like that? Say that to my face. I'm not saying, yo, I'd fuck you up if you said that to my face. I said, would you genuinely say that to my face?
Yeah, would you sit down and have a conversation about it instead of it being a fucking tweet?
Because listen, the things I say, because like I'm called disrespectful sometimes, right? I can guarantee you everything I say, I would say to people in person. I've probably said worse in person than what I said online, right? I just think it's normal to interact like that, but some people just are different people online.
Yeah.
They just want to be different people.
Yep.
They just use it as an outlet to to free themselves of their anger, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like,
dude, we should
it
get
is what it is.
sponsored. We should be sponsored by BetterHelp, because that would have been a perfect segue into like
Yeah.
use code Fuzzy or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Internet hate. It's always been fucking.
If you want, I can give you the quote that I think I gave you when you asked me. I think it was at Tekken, the Tekken World Tour regional finals online or some shit.
Mhm.
I can't remember. It was an event, and you've asked me, how'd you deal with hate? And I just said, listen, I might be carried, but I'm carried to fame and fortune, so why should I care?
That was it. I remember it was the regional finals, and I asked you, what do you say to anybody who said you were carried by your character?
Yeah,
You said that.
exactly. Yeah, I'm carried to fame and fortune. Who cares, man?
Yeah, why don't you
Bro,
pick the character and get carried yourself?
Exactly,
Like, you know?
just do it. Like, if it's that easy, just fucking do it. Like, oh, you have a sense of honor, do you? Yeah, stay in the unknown and stay broke. Fuck you.
Stay in the unknown and stay broke. That's like bars, man. Let's go, dude.
Now that's it. But if you think you're better because you're losing, I mean, okay, the mental gymnastics you have to go through.
Yeah.
So if that's your thing, that's your thing. Just keep losing.
Yeah, you'd imagine, like, and this was always the point that I was making, even at the very start of Tekken, when I didn't understand, like, when people were saying Akuma is broken, when I didn't understand frames and shit, like, you know,
Yeah.
that I was like, but why doesn't Nee then exclusively play Akuma? Like, the way that, like, the internet was talking, and Nee's goal is to win everything that he does, like, you know.
Yeah, Nee really his goal is to win everything. Of
course.
he is that guy.
But when Tekken 7 started and people started talking shit about the character and stuff, I was like, but if he is as good as everybody says, why doesn't all of, like, not just Nee, but then why doesn't JDCR play him? Why doesn't, like, everyone? Why doesn't everybody play Akuma then, you know? Because everybody just likes to bitch, like, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just given that fucking no, the character's carried by your character. Fuck, dude. Imagine if Akuma was as good as everybody says, and how easy it is to play Akuma. Can you imagine how good Nee would be on Akuma? Fuck, dude.
Listen, if Akuma was as good as people say, like, he would have been nerfed a long time ago.
Of course.
All right, like, he is not as good as people say. He's a great character, probably the best in the game, but y'all need to chill.
That's it, man. I think people need to play a MOBA and really understand what an out of meta character feels like to play. It's like you can't play the game on any of these lower tier picks.
Like just the thing is, in Tekken, that's only happened like once, right? That's Leroy.
Yeah.
And Arcade Akuma.
Yeah,
because you know who I learned Akuma from. I learned it from Nee, because in the arcade he was playing Akuma.
Exactly.
Like, I was watching arcade. I was looking at arcade footage of Akuma, because that's all we had when the game came out.
Yeah.
And it was Nee playing Akuma, and that was one of my main inspirations when I was starting to figure out what's good and bad with the character.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now that he's not like he is in the arcade, Nee doesn't play him anymore.
Of course.
You play him from time to time, but you don't see him try to pick him in tournament.
No, of course not. Yeah, it's very funny. I don't know. Once again, logic to the internet doesn't. They don't seem to kind of gel.
Not really, no.
If you weren't a Tekken competitor, what would you pick a different game to compete in? Is there an esport that tickles your fancy?
Not really.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'll be honest.
Maybe.
Like, I would. The thing is, I'd like to be a content creator for Yu-Gi-Oh, but I don't want to be a competitor for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right.
I don't want to be a pro player for that.
Yeah, I suppose if you're winning packs, it's probably not. It's probably not worthwhile.
I know, like, some players are sponsored. I don't know if they actually have a salary or whatever. I don't know. I don't really know the ecosystem that well.
Yeah, is there much?
I just know that I know that there's no cash prizes.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Do the commentators get paid? Surely production would have to be, though.
Oh,
right?
yeah, production would. Yeah, definitely. Like, they'll pay. Like, Konami will put money into events. They just won't put money into prize pots.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be the Nintendo thing again, that they don't want to give out cash prizes. Was it the Pokemon thing? I think it was.
Because the thing is, they don't want to turn their card game into a form of gambling. Because like in Japan, to make money off of a Tekken tournament, you need a pro player license. Right?
What?
Did you not know that? You need a pro player license. Yeah. Well, it's not hard to get one, but
that's crazy.
But you can't just like apply for one. That's not how that works. Like, they've had tournaments where you win a license.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like because it comes under gambling. If you're entering an event trying to win it for money, and you're paying for entry, it is kind of gambling in a way.
Sure, yeah, I can.
Because you can say there's skill in poker, whatever, and there's skill in Tekken, and if you're paying to get money, that's gambling.
Shit, right? I never thought about
that. So you need a pro player license.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, and like Konami and Nintendo and or whoever Pokemon is, Pokemon Company, Game Freaks.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Freak.
Yeah, like they're Japanese, so they fall under the same. Oh, but if people win money, then it's gambling.
Yeah, Jesus.
I think that's it.
I can't imagine. Like, I mean, did you see the announcement today that tournament has just launched for $1 million? It's their prize pool.
I saw that.
Like, that's generating so much hype already just from that. Like,
yeah.
You know?
The thing is, when I saw that, and I was like, oh, no one's told me about that. That's not a good sign. I don't know if it's an open bracket. I don't know if it's invitational. And if it's invitational, I mean, I'm not invited right now. So.
Yeah.
Not happy about that.
I have no idea, but like, fuck, $1 million? Dude, that's some crazy money right there, man.
The thing is, if a tournament has $1 million in the prize pot, you don't have to win. That's the thing. Just being there, you're gonna make bank.
Sure, top 16, you're in a couple of grand anyway, like, you know.
Yeah.
Or top 8.
Like you just need to be at the event, and you'll do okay.
Yeah, Jesus. It was like that the European thing. If you lost all your matches, you made $1,000 or something, or 500 euro or something.
I think it was like, at least 500.
Yeah, if you lost all of your games, it was like, damn, man, that's an easy weekend, man.
and you got paid to qualify.
Really?
Yeah, because it was tournaments to qualify.
Yeah.
There was a prize pot.
Oh,
it was a 5K prize pot for the France tour.
Yeah.
So we got I got like 2.5 for winning that.
Nice.
And then I won the big one. So.
Can't complain. How do you find explaining that to people, like, outside of esports? Like, if you're out, like, you know, in a pub or something, and somebody says, oh, I'm in financial analytics, what do you do? You say, oh, I'm a pro player, and then do you usually get the question?
Basically, I get the question, can you live from it? And I used to say no, and then I used to say barely, and now I can say yes. And since I've been able to say yes, they go, oh, that's cool. As soon as you can go, yes, I'm living from this, then it's legitimate, basically.
Sure. Yeah,
which is, you know, not how it should be, but...
You seem really comfortable as well, kind of disclosing how much you made and stuff from tournaments.
Yeah.
Is that something
I don't have a taboo of money.
Right.
Like, some people, they don't like to share whatever.
That's me.
I worked hard and I make... Like, I'm not fucking rich, right? I don't think I've made that much, really. But I'm able to live playing the game. And I'm very proud of that. I worked hard to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not... I'm not Mr. Beast, but, you know, just being able to pay rent, buy food, and just not struggle, thanks to this game, I'm very happy.
Yeah, that is. I suppose that's a lot of people's dream.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, I'm living the dream. That's what I'm doing.
That's it. That's it, man. Jesus, yeah. Fuck.
Because like when I tell people that who've been in like they've been at their job for a while, they got a few promotions, like they had some good diplomas, like they went to university, whatever, so they got like a good job. And I tell them how much I make. They go, yeah, that's not that much. I go, yeah, but I get to travel around the world playing video games. You have to go to work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what you do is probably really interesting, but I get paid to jerk off all day. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. And how's your sponsor? Are you cool to talk about your sponsor? I'm not talking about
Yeah.
like money and stuff, but you went crazy for as long as
I
I've
still am, yeah.
yeah, as long as I've known or seen your name in tournaments. It's always
I've been since very early Tekken 7, since my first international tournament in Tekken 7, which was Dreamalition Derby, which is like I think September of 2017.
Damn.
I've been with them.
Nice. They're French, are they? Or
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And currently, they are now sponsored by the state. Actually, they are with the government.
damn.
You know the region of Britannia. You know that bit sticking out
Sure.
the top.
Yeah.
They are sponsored by the region of Britannia right now.
Jesus Christ, let's go, dude.
Yeah, like they've grown a lot. Because some people ask me, "Oh, you're doing so well. Why don't you go to a bigger sponsor?" And I go, "Listen, first of all, there aren't any bigger sponsors, right? But I'm doing like they're growing. They are able to offer me more than they could before, and I know that staying with them is a good move for me right now,
Sure.
right? They are growing, and they'll be able to offer me more later, and I'm in a very comfortable position where they don't ask much of me,
Mm.
and I get to be one of the people to travel the most for this game,
Yeah,
right?
I'd agree. And hitbox is like a more of a recent thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Like I've been shilling for them since way before they sponsored me. Then they were kind of like helping me here and there, but I wasn't sponsored.
mm,
And now I'm actually sponsored.
right. Yeah. So and it's kind
Yeah.
of split almost down the middle between the two because I see it's crazy hitbox.
Yeah.
At most
So
tournaments.
right now, Crazy only pay for trips and hotels,
Okay.
which is very big expense.
Yeah.
Crazy pay me a salary,
Nice.
and they help with some trips.
Okay.
Right? Because like Evo is stupid expensive.
It
right?
it is ridiculous if you're going.
It
off
is
your own back.
ridiculously
Yeah.
expensive. So they've helped with that. They paid for me to go to CEO
Nice.
because actually they paid for my girlfriend to go to CEO because I said if my girlfriend doesn't come with me, I cannot come to CEO. Right? It's her birthday and I have to go. Right? And I wasn't supposed to go. I think not the CEO got top pay. I think it was the CEO before that.
Right.
And I was like, Crazy can pay for me to go, but they can't pay. I can't pay for my girl to go with me, right? And they said, if that makes you go, we'll pay for you to go.
That's crazy, man.
And they did it, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. I kind of like said it, like I was not expecting them to do it.
Yeah,
Right? I just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
said it.
That's really
And
good.
and yeah, they've helped with a couple trips,
Yeah.
and they pay me a salary.
Nice. And I feel like tell me to fuck off now if I'm like prying, but your salary from an esports org that's like a rare thing now, right? Like to actually
It is.
get a salary, but like
When it comes to Tekken, there's like 10 people with a salary.
yeah,
right?
if even that.
Yeah, I'm something like that. Because in Korea they get like they get paid.
Right.
Japan they get paid. Korea they get paid. When it comes to Europe, it's probably just me and Kira. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no, and Sefi is probably getting something as well.
Yeah, the big. That's the whole Berlin.
Yeah, big is like they're a big. Pardon the pun. They're a big org, so he's probably getting
yeah
something.
But yeah, I mean, like, is it a good salary? As in, like, if you stopped winning all tournaments today, would you be panicked?
I am content with not a lot.
Right.
Like
right.
that is like I don't need much to live,
Mm-hmm.
and it is more than like it's right now. It's like pretty much just what I need.
Perfect.
Basically, every time I win something,
It's a bonus.
I get to enjoy myself, relax, and think to myself like I'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
But I get paid enough to. I get paid enough. Let's just say that.
That's really cool.
It's not much considering what some people would think.
Yeah.
But I consider it plenty. For me, it's plenty.
That's the most important thing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Like the number's not huge, but I don't particularly need more.
yeah.
I would love more, you know, of course. But and you know, I might get a raise someday. But right now, what I've got, I can live with that.
Sure, absolutely. And might get you into trouble with this question, but like, if Red Bull come knocking, or
Of course.
you take that.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please say that out loud in a public setting. Of course I would. The thing is, I've heard so much about just how they sponsor players.
Yeah.
And it's not just the money, right? The money is great, right? They pay you. But they take care of you and they help you grow your brand.
Right.
That's what I really would like.
Yeah,
like I said, I'm trying to like get the biggest platform I can, right? And they would help with that. Getting paid more is just like comfort, right? Maybe I could move to a bigger apartment. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's artificial.
Sure.
Like, but they would help me by growing my brand, by helping me become more than I am right now.
Damn, man. Yeah, I suppose.
They take care of you. They put you to work. I don't know if you saw like Anakin did like some documentaries and shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure that was his idea, but like Red Bull enabled him to do something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They'll give you the funds and like if you got a project, they can help you with it.
Yeah, right? I suppose. Yeah, Jesus, I never really thought about that. That might be the reason why they don't sponsor a lot of people, because they put so much resources into the people that they have.
Yeah. Yeah, because they like you said, they put so much into their players. It's not just, oh, you get a big salary and you get to have a big sponsor, so people go, oh, he's sponsored by them. Right? Those could be done by so many different sponsors, right? But Red Bull, and you know, they're probably not the only one to do this, but I know they're the main one that people think of. Like they take care of their players.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the dream. They
yeah.
I was about to get myself in trouble there. I had a couple of chats with the guys from Red Bull. They're a really cool bunch of guys as well. Like the ones from Red Bull UK anyway. Those were the guys that I was.
Yeah, Red Bull UK. Like I've spoken to some people from Red Bull France, but from what I've heard, basically the thing is, since I'm in France, right, I need to be sponsored by Red Bull France. But the problem is Red Bull France is more focused on events rather than individuals.
Right.
And they don't sponsor a lot of people, Red Bull France. There's a couple of people that are with them, and there's some people that have like been affiliated with them. I know Genius did like he plays on pad, and like they got like an ex League of Legends player to coach him, and it was like a whole thing, road to whatever.
Right.
And like it was a Red Bull's project.
Yeah.
But he wasn't sponsored by Red Bull. Like they'll do stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily like go like Anakin sponsored by Red Bull. Like, that doesn't really happen much with Red Bull France. Yeah. And since I'm in France, they're the ones I depend on.
Right. Okay. So you couldn't go Red Bull UK.
Like if I wanted to go to Red Bull UK, I'd have to be in the UK.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I suppose it would, because then Red Bull France would be asking.
Because basically every branch cares about selling in their region, basically.
Yes.
Which is, you know, that's
fair.
The better way to do it, you know.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. To God.
And yeah, I could. Because from France, in theory, I shouldn't be able to sell much to the UK. The thing is, I speak English and a lot of my viewership comes from the UK, but saying that as someone who's not from there doesn't really... it doesn't hold much weight. Right?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. Is there a Red Bull Ireland? I don't even know. Or do we just all fall under UK?
I don't know.
Guinness flavored Red Bull. Let's go.
But yeah, I know the main one for Europe is Austria. I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea.
I think they're an Austrian company. I'm pretty sure.
Oh right, okay.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, what are you booked up? Are you flying soon? I think we're both going.
The next one's the mix-up, so that's easy trip. I can just drive there.
Oh, handy, yeah.
Then I'm going to Rome the next week for UFT.
I really wanted to do that show. I've never been to Rome.
I've been there, but I didn't really get to explore it.
No.
Last time I was in Rome, I got sick because like in my hotel room, there was like air conditioning. It was like fucked up.
Ooh.
Like, and I got so sick. Like on the day we had to leave, my friend, like he got up early and he was out. I said, fucking get me some medicine. I cannot check out.
Damn.
I can't leave the room right now. I am dying.
Shit. Damn.
I don't know what he brought me back with. That fixed me right up.
Some miracle cure. Just like heroin or something, man. Let's go.
Nah, it was like some orange flavored stomach medicine.
Jesus.
Yeah, but that sorted me out.
How on average, how often do you travel? How often are you on a plane?
Too often.
Yeah. Are you talking like twice a month or more?
Yeah. This year, twice a month seems like the minimum.
Damn.
This year, like usually, I'd say once a month is it's a lot already. Once a month.
Sure.
But I think 2019 I did 16 trips. I think.
Jesus Christ.
16 out of France trips.
That's crazy.
Because I also do trips in France.
Yeah.
And I think that was it.
Damn, man.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's a crazy amount of trips, though. To be fair,
it is a lot. Yeah.
You're so lucky. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. Yeah, I'm just tired. So that's why also like if I can like convert to not having to do that as much, like I want to keep traveling, but I travel. I feel too much, right?
Right.
So I would like to, if I could slow it down without it hurting what I do, I would kind of like that, but
yeah,
it's kind of hard to turn down a trip, you know.
Sure, of course.
Like,
especially if you're kind of geared up to make top 3 at it. If you see the other people that are going, you're like, I might win this one, like, you know.
Yeah, man. It's like there was some tournament Rukang went to in Spain. It was
the
just
Tenerife one, dude.
Yeah, Tenerife, bro. Like me and Joker looked at that tour and go, come on, man. We couldn't be asked, but we should have gone.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, man, we didn't go. Because it was just Rukang. It was Rukang and the Spanish. That's it, right?
I think so, yeah. But they had a really nice venue there as well and stuff. Like, and man, Tenerife looks beautiful, dude.
I think they're doing it again this year.
Yeah,
I think
they announced it already. I don't know.
But yeah, it's just like it's kind of like, you know, it's FOMO, right? You don't want to miss anything.
Sure.
But it's like it's hard to just turn down.
Yeah.
Because unless you have like a reason to, it's like they're doing a tournament in Pakistan in May, right?
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go, but I have something else, so I've got an excuse not to go. But the whole time I was thinking, man, another trip, and it's a long trip, and it's Pakistan in May, so
yeah,
like it's fucking it's gonna be hell. But I can't refuse a trip to Pakistan, and then it turns out I can't make it, right? So I'm not going.
Yeah,
but I would have gone. It's just. Can't do it.
I don't know when this episode.
Like I was gonna do it. Like I was thinking, like I need an excuse not to go, but I want to go.
Yeah.
Like basically for my sanity, I need an excuse not to go, but I will go.
Yeah,
because I want to go. But what I want and what I should be doing are different things.
Yeah, So I'm going to that show. I don't know when this episode is coming out. So
good luck.
Drift. This might have to be edited out. But they just switched the hotel, and it's like a fucking bougie 5-star hotel, like 10-minute walk from the venue as well. I was like, this is
where's the tournament?
Lahore.
It's in Lahore.
Yeah.
Because we stayed at 5-star in Islamabad when they did Takra Cup.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I mean, it's good, but it doesn't feel like a 5-star. I don't know.
Really, yeah. Because somebody asked
it feels
me,
like it's a 4-star, right? But it was so. The thing is, I've been told this by plenty of Pakistanis, right? Everything in Pakistan is the best in Pakistan, and the best in the world. Everything they say is always the best, right? And they are the best at a lot of things, right?
Okay.
But there's so many things they'll tell you it is so much better than it is. They will oversell everything.
Really, yeah.
Like, I loved my trip to Pakistan. It was great. But they oversell everything.
Yeah.
So be warned. It'll be a good hotel. It won't be bad. But I got a feeling that since they oversell it, you're kind of disappointed.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's good, but you're just doing too much, right?
Yeah. We were wondering whether the stars on a hotel is international. Like, is there a standard that has to be done, or is it within the country or within the hotel brand itself? I don't actually know.
I think there's some sort. I think the standard is maybe by country.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I was thinking, because like the price of the hotel wasn't that much, like per night. Because when I went to go, I checked out the Google.
Oh yeah,
reviews.
but the rupee is so dead right now.
Yeah.
Like, for us with euros, everything's cheap.
Sure. Yeah. Especially when you come from fucking Dublin, dude. Jesus Christ, man, this place is crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, like in Japan and Korea, because the yen and the won are both not doing great.
Oh really?
I was like, oh man, I couldn't afford everything.
Yeah, you were like
I was in Japan, and like things cost the same as last time I was here, but it's cheaper.
Right. Yeah.
If it ends up being cheaper, I could not have afforded this before, but now at the same price, I can.
Nice. If you had like one trip that you could just duplicate and make all other trips like that, is Japan. It seemed like Japan and Korea seem to be like the spots.
Would I want every trip to be like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know if I would want every trip to be like that. I feel like not going there, like it's like, you know, it being special is part of the thing, because I don't go there a lot.
Right.
If I was there all the time, it would lose its mystique. Because even now, when I go to Tokyo, I'm like, I've been around, I've seen everything, right?
Right.
I mean, not everything, but I've seen plenty. I've done a lot. Like going to Akihabara, going to see the anime figures and it's like the anime place, right? If you're a weeb, you go there.
Yeah.
Like I've been there so many times that I still enjoy it. I do, but it's not like the first time I went where it was like the mystique and like it's so sick.
Yeah.
If I was there all the time, I'd just be like, I mean, let's go there again. Like, it's great. We'll have fun. But
yeah,
even now when I go, I just like I've been here, and I like having the experience of seeing my friends discover it.
Right.
That's fun.
Yeah.
But I'm not discovering anymore.
And would you think about like maybe going, because I heard like rural Japan is kind of weird and like wonderful and
yeah,
stuff.
I want to go. I want to go somewhere else. I went to Osaka once.
Yeah.
And but I didn't get to do much in Osaka.
Okay.
Like I saw I got some really good food, like really good food. And then I just saw the place I was staying at. I was staying at a friend's house. I got to see the venue and I got to see the red light district. That's it. Like, but I did not consume anything or anyone. But that is what I saw. That's the only bit of Osaka that I actually saw.
Oh man, it's so
I
funny.
was not the one who suggested going.
Yeah. Dude, we were the last time, not for the finals, but when we went to Amsterdam, I just went as like a holiday, and
yeah,
you know, because I've never seen a red light district before. I was like, let's go to the red light district, you know, let's just
when
see
you go to
what's going
Amsterdam,
on,
that's
you know?
what you do.
Yeah, but we went down and I didn't even realize, but it was like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. in the day, so like there was like,
it's a bit early to go.
It's very fucking early to go, like, because like we were like walking down, and I mean, some of the girls were very nice, but the rest of them, there was a girl smoking a cigarette on her phone in the window, and I was like,
I mean, they're bored. All they do is fucking
right.
sit in a window. You'd be fucking bored too.
I mean, probably, but I was just like, Jesus, just fucking sitting there smoking a cigarette. I was like, damn, man, she doesn't give a fuck, dude. Let's go,
She
dude.
does not. But yeah, I will say in Osaka, it's a much nicer place.
Yeah,
it's not as creepy, you know.
right?
Because in Amsterdam, just walking by women in a window, like it's an experience, I guess, but it's a bit weird, right?
It definitely felt a bit weird, I'll be honest.
Like in Osaka, it's got like really nice architecture, I don't. Maybe I'm focusing on the wrong things, but it's like really nice architecture. It's really nice. Imagine basically a very traditional house,
Okay.
Japanese house, like cut in half, and like it's genuine, like it's missing a wall, right?
Okay.
And she's sitting there in the middle on a cushion, and if you want to go up to her, you can. And it's like you go down this road, and it's like half houses the whole way down.
Why do they do the half house thing? Like, as in, like, can you see the rooms? Like, is it?
No, like like very small. It's very small. It's like one room.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But like you get to see in it.
Right. Damn.
It's like it's missing. Imagine if a 1-bedroom apartment is missing one wall.
Yeah. Damn, man.
And they're just in the middle, and in the corner there's some old Japanese lady, because they're the ones who actually take care of the money.
Oh, damn.
Just have like a Japanese grandma in the corner just hiding. But it's just a very nice place to walk around.
Sure.
But again, I did not partake in that.
Yeah, I had a guy with me one of the times we went to Amsterdam, like, kept saying weird stuff like, would you though? Would you though? And I was like, nah, man, I've got a girlfriend and stuff. Like, he's like, yeah, but when you're in Amsterdam, I'm like, hey, bro, listen, are you trying to get like to clear it with me? Because you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, like,
we'll still be friends,
bro.
like,
you do it.
But would you?
Listen,
would you though? Like, fucking chill, dude.
Listen, I just gotta say the answer. Listen, if I was single, yeah, probably. Fuck it, I'll just say that. If I was single,
No.
yeah, probably. But right now, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
it's like all you want me to say is yes, she's hot.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a very deep conversation. Yeah, she's hot. Like,
yeah, I think
that's it.
I think I have a lot of Catholic guilt built up from growing up in this republic. Like, that I'm just like, ladies and sex are royal and beautiful and out of reach sort of things.
Yes,
like,
all women are queens, of course.
Yeah.
Let's say that, of course.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, what is Drift gonna say when he watches this episode? He usually sends back like a couple of things or whatever. Hey, do you want this left in or that? Like,
Yes.
So I'm just gonna
like most of the episodes. Like, you sure you want to just release this episode?
Yeah, it's 10 minutes long. It's like, so here we have SUPERAKOUMA. What's going on? All right, goodbye, guys. I'll see y'all later. Yeah, there was one that we couldn't release. That was it.
Genuinely.
Yeah, like, had a real difficulty like justifying why it needed to be out and stuff. Like, it wasn't somebody in the Tekken scene at all. And he is a mate of mine, but it was just, we got into just the weirdest conversation. He started talking about racism and sexism in esports and that sort of stuff. And like, we were two white guys talking about it, and it was like, probably
I see the problem.
Yeah, like, and I mean, he made good points, and it was so difficult watching and like editing it and like kind of just watching back. We had like a crisis meeting, and we were just sitting there being like, is it worth it? And then
it's not.
Listen,
the thing is, I have my opinions about all these things, and I rarely speak about them.
Sure.
In on like I say, my platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that's not what you should come to me for.
Exactly.
Right? That's not what I do.
Yeah.
Like, I have my take, but my take shouldn't be important to me just playing Tekken and talking about hentai on stream.
Yeah.
That's not the it's not really relevant, right?
Yeah.
And so, what's your take on this? There's something racist happens. I go, what's my take? I'm like, listen, I just say, look at the camera, look at me. Do you need my take? Is my take important? Like, it is not relevant. I'm not involved in any way.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, so let's just move on to something more cheerful. Like, when I stream, you're here to escape your problems and just come hang out, right? You're not here to fucking keep rehashing the same shitty things you hear everywhere. You're here to fucking look at a video game and talk shit.
Yep.
Right? That's
exactly
what I want.
It's entertainment.
Some people want a platform built on I have strong opinions about these things, and I'm here to champion this or defend that and whatever.
Dude,
that's good. That's good. No, I don't think so. Some people can do that.
Really?
But that's not what I want, right?
Of course.
I'll say, for example, Mrs. Play Stuff, right? I think she does great, right? She has strong opinions, she has her haters, but she stands by what she says, and you know, you either agree or disagree with her, whatever. But she's built her platform on having these strong opinions, and good for her. But that's not what I want for myself.
Sure, dude. I every time Mrs. Play Stuff was mentioned, the funniest, there was that thing where she had like the cucumber, and she was like, "Shame on you, or whatever." Someone just put in the chat, "What were you doing with a full cucumber there?" And she goes, "Oh, I was gonna eat it." I was like, "You're gonna just eat a full cucumber? Jesus Christ!" But I love the guy who's sitting in her chat seeing that, and instead of taking the message she's trying to, he's like, "What the fuck is she doing with a cucumber there?"
I mean, I don't know.
Too good. Shout out to Mr. Play Stuff. I bumped into her at the finals, but we didn't get a chance.
She was doing stuff with like reversal.
Yeah.
I was I wasn't expecting her to do that, but good for her.
Yep, content.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The strong opinion shit, man. It's just like, since
it's not for everyone, and it's not for me.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to do.
Me either. I don't know. According to all the other commentators, I'm the politically correct guy now as well, and I don't like that. Like, I mean, you know, everything is smiley and good, so I'm trying to push the bow out and tell people I fucking hate them now. You know, just so the next part of this podcast is me just being a shithead to you or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm used to it.
Yeah, that's my new content.
New content is just you bullying.
Yeah.
Right.
Every guest, they'll lure you in with 2 hours of, "Hey, how are you? What's going on?" And the last hour is just, "Why did you say that?"
Just fucking railroading me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just easing me into it. And like, yo, you remember that tweet from 4 years ago? You said that. That's crazy. Would you stand by that?
Explain yourself now. Like,
explain yourself. It's putting me on the spot. I said most things I say I'll stand by anyway, or I'll go. You know what? I changed my mind, and I'll just assume. I'll just say it.
Dude, I've gotten.
I don't have much problem with that.
I get way too fucking drunk on these and like say fucking mad shit. Like, you know, that like I'll see the clip come out because Drift does all the clips, and then it comes out.
Yeah.
And there was this thing like, "No, I actually do love Spag," and I was like, why did I say that? Like, you know, like,
yeah,
you know, it's this whole thing about like me, like saying that he was like a celebrity in the field and whatever. And I was like, shit, dude. I mean, it's really weird to like imagine myself saying that out loud when I'm recording. But
hey, that's what alcohol does. Like, you get to hear things you don't normally say.
Yep, that's the idea behind Fuzzy Guard, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't get that too much. I'm a sleepy drunk. I don't really get my inhibitions lowered or anything. I just lay down.
Nice. You said you're playing a tournament match. That's why you're not drinking.
Yeah, that's actually cancelled. Yeah, we're doing it tomorrow.
Nice.
But I got a coaching session to do tonight.
Yeah.
And you know, if people are paying for a service, I'd like to provide the best I can.
Yeah.
Also, I woke up from a nap to do this. Right after waking up, I don't particularly want to drink. You know?
Yeah, I had to do Potch Spice. Potch is from the Philippines.
Yeah.
And their time zone is like ahead. So I had to start at midday. And I was just like drinking wine or something at midday. And I was like, oh, it feels like I'm on holidays. This is not fun. Like, you know.
Hey, drinking wine at midday, that's the French way.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it's the French way. What was that?
Listen, you drink a beer in the afternoon, you're an alcoholic, but you have 12 glasses of wine with dinner, and suddenly you're just cultured. A normal guy.
Yeah,
you're cultured, exactly.
That's it. Do you have a take on wine?
I have a take on wine. I'm not a fan of wine personally. No? I don't really like it. The only wine I like, I guess, is like the rice wines.
Oh yeah.
Like soju and stuff. I like soju.
Yeah.
It's a wine technically, and yeah, that I like.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's probably better if we end it there. It's been awesome, man. Thank you for coming in and having the chats, and Anything you want to plug or anything for anybody that got to this far in the video?
I mean, I've pretty much talked about everything already. We talked about my Twitter, we talked about my Metafy, talked about both my sponsors.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've said enough.
Nice.
Like, I'm happy with it overall. I'll just say I enjoyed it very much.
No problem at all,
And
man.
yeah, it was a pleasure to be on, and I guess I'll see you at the mix-up.
Yeah. I'll see you at the mix-up, sir. All right. Thank you.